Hi, what's up, guys? It's been a long while since I made a video, and I want to talk about how I got from football to powerlifting. Now, I know it's not too far back, but it all started after I won Special Olympics gold in the World Summer Games in LA, and I mean it was a great achievement for a while, but I felt like I wanted more, to be honest, because when I played other sports, and I mean I got bronze in Idaho World Winter Games in 2009. But that's a different story from that time. Anyway, so I played two other matches before switching over to powerlifting, and most of the time I just sat on the bench. And after a while, I felt nothing fit after. I mean, it just felt like I was getting older, my body was slowing down. I mean, coach said he wanted to put me as a defender, but unfortunately, it was kind of hard to catch up with the younger, faster ones. So I talked to my coach, my football coach, and he put me onto the captain of the side, which is David, and shout him. Anyway, so when I had first started off, it was just like, doing like minor weights, like the 10 pound, 15 pounds kind of thing. And then I started to graduate from there. So my first competition was after national games, and that one was a night competition. And when I first got into it, I thought, it was just basically, one thing, but it's actually three, which was the bench press, the squat lift, and the deadlift. Now, a lot of times, most people, myself included, would focus more on the deadlift, but surprisingly enough, there's more to it. So, anyway, I competed, got a bronze in the bench press, silver in the squat lift, and another bronze in the deadlift. Now, this was because I was new at the time. So, anyway, so I so afterwards I decided to just train harder and push more. So then I started going to this other gym because the one I was in before, on Saturdays they usually close kind of early. So I'm like, all right. So then there's also one in Gulf, but that one closes early, especially on a Saturday. So I went to this one in San Fernando, where, well, actually it's not. Actually, it was in C3. It's called Athletics Gym. So I went there and I started to train more. I started to push myself more. I just went with pushing more on the dead, especially with between the deadlift and the squat lift. I began to push more the bench press and I improved more again. So at first I went with just like one plate in the deadlift. There was two, and then I went to three. And afterwards, the shocking part was when I did three plates, which is usually about 300 pounds, over 300 pounds. I actually did that with a steel toe boots on because I was coming from work. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna and I just started to push that, and it was like, it became second nature to me. and then I pushed and pushed and pushed, and then the other year was another competition, so national competition actually. So I went up for that, and I literally, so the coach was like, okay, you're just gonna put me on to 250. I'm like, nope, I wanna go for that 300. I mean, I'm working towards it. So he was like, all right, go, all right, but I mean, he was gonna go easy on me, but he was like, okay, but don't, but he was like, don't, if you crack under this one, don't say I didn't want you. You know, the most people often say when it's like, you go gun hole into something that you only started in since a year and a half, well, a couple of months, but so I did it, went up, and surprisingly, I literally mastered it, and I got the goal in that. I got the also got the goal in the squat lift. The bench press I'm still working on, but even though I still got silver, so I went from 2 bronze medals to back to back in 2018 and 2019, went back to back 2 gold and 2 silvers, and I still 2 gold and silvers, and it's a great achievement for me. But I told myself one thing: I wanted to do more, and since then I've been going to the gym in my off season. The last year when I was supposed to compete, due to the COVID, games got cancelled, but it didn't stop me. And as much as I also want to go to Abu Dhabi, I didn't. I wasn't selected because there was another guy who trained before me, before I crossed over to football, from football over to powerlifting. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna keep pushing. And my advice to anybody who didn't get picked for national competition is, don't be like, oh, I didn't get picked. I'm done with this sport. Blah blah blah. You keep training, you keep pushing, and eventually you will get picked. You will get selected. And my advice to anyone else who's out there who thinks that, it's hard to transit from one sport to another, just start from baby steps and build your way up. So until next time, love, peace, and respect.